Welcome. Today we're taking a first look at the Cyber Resilience Act, or CRA, one of the most important cybersecurity regulations ever introduced in the EU. This act reshapes how digital products are designed, supported, and secured. Let's dive in. We live in a world where everything is connected, from our phones and doorbells to factories and critical infrastructure. But this surge in connectivity brings new risks. Cyber attacks now have the power to disrupt our economies, undermine democracies, and even threaten consumer health and safety. These risks are not hypothetical. The CRA explicitly highlights them. And here's the key point. The more connected our world becomes, the more opportunities attackers have to exploit weak points. And unfortunately, many products on the market today are simply not secure enough. So the big question is, what exactly is going wrong with these products? That brings us to the problem the CRA is trying to solve. When you zoom in, the problems are pretty clear. First, too many digital products are released with known vulnerabilities. Second, even when issues are discovered, security updates are often late, inconsistent, or completely missing. And third, users, whether consumers or businesses, rarely know how secure a product actually is, or how long the manufacturer will support it. On top of that, each EU country has historically had its own cybersecurity requirements, creating a fragmented landscape that confuses manufacturers and weakens overall protection. This situation simply doesn't work anymore. Not with the scale and seriousness of today's threats. And that's exactly where the Cyber Resilience Act steps in. The CRA, officially Regulation 2024-2847, is what we call a horizontal cybersecurity law. That just means it applies across different sectors instead of targeting only specialized industries. If a product has digital elements, hardware or software, and it connects directly or indirectly to a network, the CRA likely applies. That includes products that rely on remote or cloud-based functionality provided by the manufacturer. So what is the CRA actually trying to achieve? The purpose is ambitious but clear. First, it wants security to be built into products from the very beginning, not bolted on later. Next, it requires manufacturers to maintain security throughout the entire lifecycle of the product, including providing timely updates. It also empowers users by giving them clear information, such as how long a product will receive security updates, the support period. And finally, the CRA harmonizes cybersecurity requirements across the EU, replacing a confusing patchwork with one unified framework. To appreciate how the CRA fits into the bigger picture, let's place it alongside other EU cyber laws. The CRA doesn't replace existing EU cybersecurity laws. Instead, it fills a critical gap. NIS2 focuses on essential service providers. The Cybersecurity Act establishes certification schemes. GDPR protects personal data. But none of these laws required that products themselves meet consistent cybersecurity standards. That missing piece is what the CRA delivers. Mandatory cybersecurity requirements for digital products sold in the EU. Now that we understand the why and the what, let's look ahead at what's coming next in this series. This introduction sets the stage for everything that comes next. In the upcoming modules, we'll break down the CRA into manageable parts, starting with scope and key definitions, then diving into obligations, vulnerability handling, conformity assessment, enforcement, and much more. By the end, you'll have a complete understanding of how the CRA impacts manufacturers, importers, distributors, and users across Europe. For now, let's wrap up the introduction. The Cyber Resilience Act is a major step forward in Europe's digital journey. It ensures that the products we rely on, personally and professionally, are secure, trustworthy, and resilient. A safer digital Europe truly begins with secure products. Thanks for joining me for the introduction.